Just 3 goals given up in the third. So what do you feel like maybe switching your guys' game between the second and third tonight?
I think overall, and this is just a feeling that I had, I obviously haven't watched the video, but I think our mindset was right, was correct through the entirety of the game. Obviously we don't want to give up goals in the third. Obviously we like to shut the door, but one was an empty netter. I think both of them hit sticks and went in. Those things happen. I'm not saying that it's acceptable, but I don't think we deviated from the mindset we wanted to have throughout the full 60 minutes. So, to be honest, I don't think really anything changed.
Are these types of losses just part of learning how to win for a young team?
Well, I think that, that could be said for quite a few games this season, to be honest. It's pretty frustrating. It's, I think a game that the feel of it, like I said, I haven't seen it. The feel of it, I thought we played a pretty good game for the most part. But I've said it before, like there are no moral victories in this job, right? You're judging the wins and losses, and that's it. So, we're pretty frustrated in here. We need to keep working. We need to keep working our way through this. And I think if we're able to get through this patch, I think we'll be better off on the backside of it. But right now we just got to get through it somehow.
The last 3 games, I think you've been outscored 7-1 in the third period. You said that a lot of those are like fluke goals, but is that a pattern now developing, you think?
Well, I didn't say fluke goals, but obviously things happen, but I think that today was a better day mindset-wise and how we approached the game than some of the games in the past. So, if we want to try to find positives, I think that's one. But like I said, that it doesn't really matter because ultimately we lost the game. So that's how we're judged, and we need to right the ship. There's no one else is going to do it for us. We got to do it ourselves. So
the crowd was pretty loud tonight. Does that give you guys any type of a boost at all?
I mean, yeah, like the crowd's great. It's been great all season. I mean, that's been a constant, I think, right? It's it's something that we try to take a lot of pride in and play, and we know the situation, and this is our first year. We want to come out, we want to win games for these fans. We want to put our best foot forward, especially here at home. It's unfortunate what the record is, but we need to focus on what we're doing in here and worry about winning hockey games, and that will take care of itself.
You guys killed off the 5-on-3, then 5-on-4. Just how much pride does that group take in handling those situations?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's whatever it takes to keep the puck out of your net, right? How far you're willing to go to make sure that doesn't go on your net, and I think as the season's gone, we've gotten much better at that, and our PK unit's been really, really good. But again, I'll go back to it. It's not like a broken record, but we need to win hockey games.
Ian Cole said he felt like despite the result, you guys had the right mindset throughout the game. Do you feel like there was growth there, and how are you able to assess the positives out of this kind of loss?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think, we are all trying to do the right things. We're trying to be selfless, do what's best for the team, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the result, and it's another loss on home ice, so it's frustrating, but we got to find our way out of this.
How are you guys able to manage the frustration to make sure it doesn't affect the game?
Yeah, we're pros. This is what we do. You can't dwell on things, and especially in game, you have a bad shift, you have to let it go and move on. That's part of the game. It happens too quick. So overall, I think we're managing it pretty well, and especially today, I didn't see guys getting frustrated too much or body language or anything like that. I think we were all trying to do the right things. Like I said, we were managing the puck the right way, but like I said, the result still lost.
No, it's tough, but what do you feel like you guys are learning during these losses right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think just what we need to clean up, and I think overall just kind of be better teammates too. I think early on it was a lot of frustration, and it's something that we need to control and learn from, and overall there's going to be adversity throughout every game, and it's about staying positive and focus on the next shift.
Coach has praised your personal defensive game really highly in the last couple of games. How do you feel like you've grown defensively this year?
Yeah, it's something that I take a lot of pride in. It's an important part of the game. You got to play both sides. If you want to get into the playoffs, you want to win games, and eventually win a Stanley Cup. So it's something that, as I start to learn more, I take a lot more pride in, and something that, I need to continue to get a lot better at too.
You talked about having a bit more responsibility with Gunther out of the lineup. Are you able to appreciate that your game is maybe taking steps even if the team is losing while you're doing that?
I mean, not really. I mean, it's all about the team. It's, individual success is nice, but it's all about winning games. That's when you're having fun, and that's when, you're feeling good. And I feel like when I'm at my best is, when we're winning as a team, and I feel like that's when everyone's at their best. So something that, it's nice, like I said, but, for right now we're working on, trying to get back in the win column.
André, what are your initial thoughts after that one?
I think we did a lot of good things, to be honest. I think I'm disappointed. It's another loss by one shot. I think we played really good again first half of the game, and I didn't mind the way we played in the second half. Don't get me wrong. I think against Montreal, I didn't like some stuff in the second period, like I talked this morning. Same thing maybe against the Island. Not tonight. I think we played hard, and the way they scored their 2 goals in the third. Those things will happen, but I think we deserve better tonight.
How do you guys not let the frustration boil over when you think you deserve better?
Yeah, it does boil, and that's why I'm proud of the guys today, because we approached that game with an unbelievable mindset. They were tuned in. Their body language was good. They were positive. They were picking up each other. We work hard. Even in this, I said that before. The other team is a factor in the game. It's a good team. So at some point, how good you play, they will make good play. Puck will bounce over your stick or whatever will happen. Something will happen, and they will have good time on the other side. And even in those moments, we battled hard. We played well. We had broken stick in our zone. There were no panic. We defended well. We kept them on the outside. They could not get anything going. So I love the approach. I love the resilience of the guys. I love the fight. I'm so disappointed for them first, for our player first, for everybody, for the team. But it's frustrating to see not getting reward and playing well.
What kind of progression are you seeing from Logan Cooley kind of game to game over the last stretch? I mean, he's averaging nearly a point per game.
Cools? Yeah. I think today he was really, really good both sides of the puck, I think. I don't think offensively he was as dynamic as some nights, but there's nothing wrong with that in the sense of they play against their top line, and for most of the night, I will say probably 90% of his shift, and did a really good job. So I like his game a lot.
As a coach, how do you make sure that you don't lose the room when you're probably saying the same thing over and over again?
As long as you bring solution, that's his one. And two, look, the way we start the game, the way we progress, it doesn't always show the way we want, but we feel there's a lot of areas we're getting better. So the rest, you don't control that. My fight is not that. My fight is to do what's best for the team, what's best for our player, and to win games. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not worried about the rest.
Is the offense starting to gel and figure out life without Dylan Gunther?
Yeah, we generate good offense today. We're close to four goal expected goal for. So I think in the third, obviously, when they scored, they pack it in, and it was really tough to create speed through the neutral zone. But every situation like that, I think you need to create a forecheck, and you cannot really enter and control. Which we had a stretch in the third where we did not work enough off the forecheck, but that can be picky because in general we did a good job.
When it comes to Cooley, it does feel like teams are being more physical with him, just like on the ice and after the whistle too. How do you think he's handling that?
I think he's great. I think he has a lot of pushback. I think as a young man, before he joined us, and in the first maybe 100 game he played, that affect him more. That push him out of his game, bring him in his emotion and everything. I think now he's using that energy to push in the right direction.
I think for a young player like him, it's hard to appreciate that his game's growing if the team is in a slump like it is. He was saying, he's only happy if the team's winning.
Yeah, it can be. It can be a challenge. I think that's part of maturity. That's part for him to learn. But he proved us in a year and a half now how much he improved and how much he understands the game. So I have no doubt that's part of his growth, and he's
He talked about he felt like the team is learning how to be better teammates during this recent stretch. What do you feel like the team is doing?
I think today they were elite. I think even through adversity, like I said, the moment in the game where the emotion can be high and they push for each other, they pick up each other, the body language, the communication. I think that's why it's frustrating. You want to get the win in that situation. We did so many good things.
Michelli keeps scoring in bunches like this, 2 goals at a time, and then he goes cold for a long time. Do you have any theories as to why that could be?
I think Chile, if you look since a little bit before Christmas, let's say, whatever, December 20th, whatever it is, he doesn't have a lot of games where he did not finish in the plus and expected goal. So his game grew a lot. Now he's way more competitive in his battle. He's more in the inside. He's more than that. So you look at his goal he score, there's a lot of rebounds. So when you score off rebounds, it will not be irregular. You know what I mean? It's the bounce has to be there for you and that kind of stuff. But when you're there, you get rewarded. And I like the way you play.